Good morning. This is Charles. I'm 54 years old. I'm about 6'1" when I'm fully assembled, and I weigh about 220 pounds when I'm in this configuration. Once I have my prosthetics on, it puts me at about 235. Today, I'm going to show you my shower setup. First of all, as you can see, I am in a bathroom here. I brought in with me a little scooter that I sit on, a little scooter that I carry things around on. Um, and also I've set off to the side an extra little washcloth. I use this after the fact. As I'm getting out, I like to dry up the dripping water so that nothing seeps in between the tiles over time and rots the floor. So I want to keep the floor dry. Um, Now, in the shower, the way I have this set up is, let me move the doors a little bit. Hopefully we'll get a little bit better light. I've got a couple of these spongy squishy things, and I've got them hung up on the wall, and they're low on the wall. I don't know if you can tell from your angle, but I am sitting on the floor. Now I've thought about building like a little deck, out of plastic decking type material to sit on, but I figured that would just cut down my options when I got in and out of the shower. Early on, it would have been really easy for me getting in and out of the shower, but it'd just be in the way of other people who would need to use the shower and stuff. Once again, in the shower, I have one of these buckets of things that I use. I got a little hook with my toothbrush hanging off the end, uh, and I usually put it on this little hook so it can dry and not be sitting in any water. I usually brush my teeth in the shower because until I get my prosthetics on, I can't use the sink, and there's no room for me to use a stool to use the bathroom sink. I've got this little bucket, and it has a bottle of water, um, some shampoo, mouth rinse, toothpaste, that kind of stuff. In addition, I got this little bottle that is not labeled, and that has a special soap in it. And what that is um, like a delicate fabric. This is a store brand of delicate fabric type stuff, and I use that for cleaning my liner for my prosthetic. And actually, I have two of these, one for each leg. They're shaped a little bit different, but I go ahead and clean these in the shower, and I definitely want to rinse them off real good because any soap left on them could irritate the skin after the fact. But so I use this soap. It comes in a big laundry detergent size deal, but I put them in this little bottle so that I can manage it in the shower. In addition, two of the special things I need is I need one of these shower heads on a rope kind of a thing. Um, Depending on how high your actual shower head is depends on how long you want it. But the longer it is, probably the more useful it would be. So uh, the last thing, special thing I have in the shower is, of course, I have my bar soap and a little soap dish, and I want the little soap dish to have holes in it so that my soap doesn't, um, dissolve when it's wet, when it sits in the shower. I'm sure as a youngster you've played around with that, and you know that you do not want that to happen very long. Same thing, just kind of the same idea, is my little basket I got. Instead of my regular box, I got a basket that's got a bunch of holes in it. You may not be able to see it very well on the video, but I want all the water to drain out because one of the issues with showers is mold and mildew. Um, I have those little things on those little hooks that just have suction cups that stay up here. One of the things I will point out that I do not have in the shower anywhere is any kind of a handrail. Now, I'm not discouraging handrails at all, but I would never, ever put a handrail in the bathroom um, area unless you really knew what you were doing or you had a licensed, bonded, insured professional doing that for you. Certainly one of those suction cup type handle that you see on TV where people are using, absolutely never would I consider using one of those. Yeah, they may be able to support my weight. The question is, can this tile, or this tile, can that support my weight? There's no way of knowing unless you got somebody who knows what they're doing that. So I definitely want to avoid that. I'm going to move these doors, change the light a little bit in here. Okay. Now, like I said, I'll clean the liner, and like anything, I clean that inside and out. And then I'll take this, I'll set it on my little scooter and let it drain. One of the last things that I want to have happen is, well, you may have seen other videos where people put those in when they're coming into coming out of the shower and stuff like that. I could not do that. The dampness left would irritate my skin, so I don't do that. I get in and out without any of my prosthetics on. It gives me time to basically air dry. The last couple of things I didn't show part of my setup was, of course, I've got a couple of washcloths here, and I definitely want to have my towel handy because you can't reach it, then it's a problem. So one of the things I'm going to do is once I get done taking my shower, I put my knee pads back on. After the water is drained out of the shower, these are a cloth with some foam underneath, so they may not take being too terribly wet, but once the water drains, they're just superficially wet, so they won't rot or anything like that. And I dry myself off more or less in the shower, and then I will take my towel, I'll fold it up, which I can't do because I'm only got one hand to do it with right now, but I'll fold it up and lay it over top of my scooter. Because one of the other things I definitely do not want to do is be sitting on my scooter with any bare skin, especially wet bare skin, touching it, because that will definitely irritate me trying to move on, off, or around on it at all. Hopefully that'll give you some idea of how you can set up your shower.